Everybody's doing their thing. I have to put this back on because Wendy, come on up. Bring your sister or not. Up to her. All right, you're gonna help with Elaine.
Can I use the lighter?
You can use it with me. You can hold that button. All right, no. I'll hold one, and you can push this, but they're not ready yet. Okay?
So do two people. Yeah, that was yesterday. This is just
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you are, it's 1 after, 50 minutes right after 6.
Here we go.
If you will kindly rise if you're able to, and we are on page 4 as we light the candles together.
Like this week. Here we go.
Shabbat.
You racing.
I used to go faster.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Doesn't start any faster. You
Yeah.
gotta slow her down. All right. Thank you for helping her. Haven't been streaming, but the streaming's working. So we're streaming. So I got to make sure everyone can hear us. All right, we're on page 5 as we join together in Shalom Aleichem as we welcome in Shabbat. It's we have a birthday. We have people back from camp. People right back from camp. People back from camp a couple 10 days ago or so. Not even, I guess. Yeah, thereabouts, a few days ago. And we have a Shabbat that we can just celebrate together. So page 5 at the bottom. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaSharein, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu Nile Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. If you'll kindly turn to the beginning of Kabbalat Shabbat over on page 11 as we give thanks for being alive and for Shabbat as a piece of our existence, our being together as Jews, certainly, and as human beings. The ability to rest is always a gift. So page 11. Lechu neranina, lechu neranina, lechu neranina, l'Adonai. Lechu neranina, lechu neranina, lechu neranina, l'Adonai. Naria, Naria, Litzur Yishenu, Nikadma Fana Bitoda. Naria, Naria, Litzur Yishenu, Bizmi Rot Naria Lo, Lechu Niranina, Lechu Niranina, Lechu Niranina, Ladonai. Lechu neranina, lechu neranina, lechu neranina, Ladonai. Turn forward to page 14. There we have the end of the 96th Psalm as we join together in celebration of Shabbat. Yismechu hashamayim, hashamayim, yismechu hashamayim, hashamayim, yismechu hashamayim, v'tagel haaretz, yihiram hayam, yihiram hayam, yihiram hayam, umelo, Yihiram hayam, Yihiram hayam, Yihiram hayam, umelo, Yismechu hashamay, hashamayim, Yismechu hashamay, hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, v'tagel haaretz. Ya'alot sadav chol asher bo asher rananu kol atzei ya'ar lifnei Adonai kiva lishpot ha'aretz yishpot tevel b'tzedek v'yamim b'emunato. We'll turn on over to page 19. We haven't actually, those of you who haven't been here in a few weeks, we actually haven't done this reading in a few weeks. So we will go back to Old Home Week here on page 19 at the bottom. It's a lovely selection, as always, that reminds us of the priority of Shabbat and connects us to the state of Israel, as it is a prayer that comes from Israel. So page 19 at the bottom, let's read together. Blessed is your coming, Shabbat. Blessed is your coming. Bring with you rest and peace, following a tumultuous week filled with so many demands. Bring the space in which, with others and alone, we can shape an infinity of dreams. Bring the hour of forgiveness in which to hear the pounding heart of another human being. Blessed is your coming, Shabbat. Blessed is your Creator. Blessed is your light. We join on page 20 by the arrow. Romimu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu le'ahar kodsho. Romimu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu le'ahar kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romimu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romimu. Romimu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu le'ahar kodsho. Romimu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu le'ahar kodsho. Page 21, you'll find the 29th Psalm as we think of God, the voice of God in the world around us. That's the theme of the interpretive selection on page 21 on the far left in the small print. If you'll read with me or responsively in the Hebrew and the English as we, again, remind ourselves of the voice of God in the world around us. So page 21, far left. Kol Adonai al hamayim. The voice of God opens the gates of compassion and love. Kol Adonai bakoach. The voice of love opens the gates of courage. Kol Adonai behadar. The voice of God opens the gates of shining truth. Kol Adonai shover arazim. The voice of God opens the gates of endurance and patience. Kol Adonai chotzev lavot esh. The voice of God opens the gates of splendorous beauty. Kol Adonai Yachil Midbar. The voice of God opens the gates of deepest connection. Kol Adonai Yecholel Ayalot. The voice of God opens the gates of presence. We rise, if you're able to, on page 21 as we join together in the prayer. Mizmor leDavid avu l'Adonai b'nei Elim. Havu l'Adonai kavod va'oz, havu l'Adonai kevod shemo, ishtachavu l'Adonai behadrat kodesh, kol Adonai al hamayim, el hakavod hirim, Adonai al mayim rabim, kol Adonai bakoach, kol Adonai behadar, kol Adonai shover arazim, vayishaber Adonai et arze halvanon, vayarkidem kema egel Levanon vesiryon kemoven re'emim, kol Adonai chotzef lavotesh, kol Adonai yachil midbar, yachil Adonai midbar kadesh, kol Adonai yecholel ayalot, vayechesof ye'arot, uvechalo kulo omer kavod, Adonai lamalbu yashav, Vayeshev Adonai melech leolam, Adonai oz le'amo yitain, Adonai yevarech et amo v'shalom. You're welcome to be seated. Page 23, you will find Lecha Dodi as we welcome in the Shabbat as a bride or queen to our midst, as we always have been doing lately. Page 23, we'll do the first two verses. We'll head on over to page 24 for the middle verse and the last two verses on page 25. And of course, as we get to that last one, we will rise and face the door and welcome in Shabbat as we open that door for the bride or queen of the Sabbath. So page 23, we join together. Lecha dodi likrat kala, p'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, p'nei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, Hishmianu el hamyuchad, Adonai echad, Ushemo echad, L'shem u'tiferet v'litila. Lecha dodi dodi, lecha dodi likrat kala, P'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, P'nei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, Ki mekor haberacha, Merosh mikedem nisucha, Sof ma'aseh b'machshavat chila. Lecha dodi dodi, lecha dodi likrat kala, P'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, P'nei Shabbat kabela. 24. Hitoreri, Kiva orech kumi uri, uri, shir daberi, Kevod Adonai alayich nigla. Lecha dodi dodi, lecha dodi likrat kala, pene Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pene Shabbat nekabela. 25. Yahaminu semol tifrotzi. Viet Adonai ta'aritzi al yad ish ben partzi v'nismecha v'nagila. Lecha dodi dodi, lecha dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala. We rise and face the door. Penei Shabbat nekabela. Bohi v'shalom ateret bala. Gam b'simecha u'v'tzahala. Toch emunei am segula. Bohi chala, bohi chala. Lecha dodi, lecha dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. You're welcome to be seated. Page 27, you'll find the psalm for Shabbat, and we join together, especially in the chorus, Tov lehodot. Mizmor shir liyom ha-Shabbat. Tov, tov, tov lehodot. Tov lehodot ladonai. Tov, tov, tov lehodot. Tov lehodot ladonai. Ulzamer leshimacha elyon. Leshimacha elyon. Ulizamer, ulizamer, leshimacha elyon. Tov, tov, tov lehodot. Tov lehodot ladonai. Tov, tov, tov lehodot. Tov lehodot ladonai. Lehagid baboker. Chasdecha ve'emunacha balelot, balelot. Tov, tov, tov lehodot, tov lehodot ladonai. Tov, tov, tov lehodot, tov lehodot ladonai. Ale asor va'ale navel, ale higayon bechinor. Tov, tov, tov lehodot, tov lehodot ladonai. Tov, tov, tov lehodot, tov lehodot ladonai. Kisi machtani anai lofala chamas yedach. We conclude the psalm over on page 28 by the arrow. Tzadik tamar yifrach ke'erez balevanon yizkeh shetulim beveit Adonai bechatzrot Eloheinu yafrichu od yenuvun b'seva deshenim berananim yiyu Lehagid ki ashar Adonai tzuri tzuri velo avlatabo. Page 29. Adonai malaki ud lavesh lavesh Adonai ositazar avtikon tevel baltimot. Let's join together page 29, the far left side of the page, the interpretive translation of Psalm 93 together. Entwined in worlds, enwrapped in glory, you are. So has it been, and so it is, eternally you are. Waves pounding out their song reach up to God from their depths. For the song of the sea, beaten to the sound of the breakers, tells of God within. These are proof enough for the faithful that you are the Lord of time. Edotechanemnu me'od lehavecha na'ava kodesh Adonai liorech yamim. Those reciting Kaddish Tom, the mourner's Kaddish, you'll find it over on page 30. You're certainly welcome, those reciting, to rise and join with me, page 30. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, v'yalma divrach chirute v'yamlich malchute, v'chayechon uvyomechon uvchaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru, amen. Yehi shemei rabbah mevarach leolam olomei olmaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, V'yitadar, v'yitaleh, v'yithalal, shemei dekudesha brechu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran v'alma v'imru, amen. Yehe shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu, v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. You are welcome to be seated. We take just a moment to share a little bit of Torah, as we always do before we go into the evening service tonight. And this is Shabbat Parashat Re'eh, which is filled with rules and regulations for really living an ethical life, not only as an individual, but with the understanding that whatever we do personally can affect the wider world. And these are laws concerning, and we've seen them before in the Torah, but they're of course reiterated. Much of Deuteronomy is a second telling. It's a reiteration of what has come before. Last couple weeks, we've had similar texts from words even that reflect the words that come from Exodus. Here we're going to see some of these laws that also were shared earlier on in the Torah. And of course, they're being addressed now to a new generation that's getting ready to go into the Promised Land. And they need to hear this because they're not familiar with it. And they need to hear it, and those who are there need to hear it over again, remembering that how important they are. So these include rules regarding, for instance, how to behave in business transactions, how to remit debts, and how to treat the servants in your household. Right? So you may think, okay, none of those maybe have anything to do with me if I'm not a business person, if I don't have anyone who, services my house. Certainly we don't have servants in the same way that we might expect we had in the Torah. How is this relevant? Well, let me share with you one of the simple teachings that kind of goes around all of these ideas. And this comes from Deuteronomy 15, so it's the latter part of our Torah reading for this week. The text reads, Lo te'ametz et levavcha velo tikpotz et yadcha, which translates basically into do not harden your heart, your lev, right, and shut your hand against the needy. So it's very general, right? Don't harden your heart and shut your hand against somebody who is in need. Rather, the text continues, you must open your hand and lend whatever the needy needs, for there will never cease to be needy ones in your land. Meaning, no matter what, there's always somebody who is in need of something, right? And so don't harden your heart to the point that when someone does need something, you don't respond, because there's always going to be some need. So don't close up and think, hey, I got this already. It's all done. Nobody has any problems. Quite the contrary. All of us as human beings have needs in some way or another. So there's a wonderful story. I told Mindy I hadn't done a story in months. I know, I apologize. But there's a wonderful story, I think, that illustrates this important teaching in the Torah. And it's a midrash that's actually taken from Leviticus Rabbah, an early collection of commentary specifically on the book of Leviticus. But it applies to our verses here in Deuteronomy. And it reads the following. So there was once a storm, and there had been one storm, one after another, and the merchant ship had been blown off course. Now it would be many days before the ship could dock and replenish its supplies. The captain of the ship was worried, and he called for his cook. They had worked many years together, and he had come to trust the cook not only for his services, but also for his advice. He says, I know we do not have enough food for the whole crew and our passengers for the rest of this journey since we've been blown off course. It's taking us much longer. And so the captain says this to the cook, and the cook said, you know what? I've thought of that myself, sir. Well, I thought I would ask the merchant for help. The merchant who's here on the boat, the one who carries the dried dates and the figs and the olives and oil from the Holy Land. Let's talk to him. That miser, grumbled the cook. He would not give us the pit of an olive if we asked him, sir. He will watch us grow thin while he enjoys his wares. I'm going to try anyway, said the captain. He must have some feeling in his heart for others. So the captain approaches the merchant that evening before dinner, and he says, I have a favor to ask you, sir. Because of the storm, our journey will take much longer than we had planned, and we are in need of food for our passengers and our crew. Perhaps you would share some of your fruit with us at a reasonable price. Notice he's not even asking for gratis. He's saying, we'll pay you. Huh, snorted the merchant. Not when I can get a large sum when we dock. What do you take me for, Captain, a fool? Well, the captain could see he would go nowhere with this selfish man, so he went back to the kitchen to tell the cook he was right. So there is nothing to do but make what we have last longer, said the captain. Perhaps there's one more thing we could try, suggested the cook. Yes, he smiled, one more thing. The cook waited before carrying out his plan, but he would not tell the captain what he was going to do. He only smiled when the captain questioned him. This is called plausible reliability, right? Then one day he beckoned the captain to follow him. It has been long enough, he said. The puzzled captain followed his cook to the merchant's cabin. The merchant opened the door. He frowned. What is it this time? I hope it's not about those goods that I carry, because I've not changed my mind about giving you some. Come with me, said the cook. I have something to show you. The cook led the merchant and the captain to the ship's hold. In there, of course, were boxes filled with cloth and beads, clay pots, tools, rugs, and the merchant's dates and figs and olives were piled all around. The cook took a borer from behind one of the boxes and began to cut into the wood of the ship's hold. What are you doing? Cried the merchant in alarm. Have you lost your mind? It's no matter to you, said the cook. I'm merely making a hole under my spot in the boat. Not under yours. I've decided to die now rather than wait and starve when we reach the port. But, the merchant sputtered, the water will come in and flood the ship for me as well. You must know that. I'm going to die too. What happens to you in your part of the boat is of no concern to me, said the cook. I must think only of myself. And he continued to drill deeper and deeper into the hold of the ship. The merchant grew more and more agitated until he caught sight of a smile on the captain's face. All this time, the captain had stood back and just watched the cook curiously. Is this a trick? The merchant asked the captain. And then he understood. I see what you're trying to show me, said the merchant, much more humbly than before. We all travel on the same ship. What affects you affects me. If you drown, I drown. If your crew are hungry and cannot sail this ship to port, then I am lost at sea as well. I cannot sail this ship alone. He went over to one of his crates. See what you can prepare with this, he told the cook as he handed him one jar of food after another. again, comes from Midrash Leviticus, from the Midrash, from the commentary from the rabbis, ancient. I was going to do a Yiddish, Eastern European accent, but it doesn't really fit. It's actually way longer than that, that this story has been around. And I think it's a wonderful story. Entertaining, certainly, but it helps, I think, to understand more fully the teaching from the Torah, right? So we have a wealthy merchant. He's determined to protect his own wealth at first, and then he doesn't heed to the needs of those fellow human beings around him as he shares his boat. He acts certainly contrary to what the Torah is teaching in our portion today. He hardens his heart, he closes his hand. And until his own safety is threatened, then he finally understands that whatever he does affects other people, and that the decisions of one person can indeed impact an entire ship of people. We might look at and extend it. Decisions that each of us make, whether it's as individuals or as a community, the entire world can be affected as well. The entire world in which we sail can have an effect on them. So the teaching of the Torah reminds us that sometimes we might have what's needed, whether it's spiritually, physically, emotionally, or materially, and sometimes we might end up being in need of one of those things. And our challenge is, as the Torah tells us, as the Midrash teaches, don't ignore that call for help when it comes to us. Respond certainly with that open heart, with an open hand, and to anyone, to any of our neighbors in need, to those in our community, of course. And in the end, the ship of life, if we keep the motif, will remain buoyant and vibrant, not just for ourselves, but as well for others. And I think it's a lovely message to remember. We are all, at some point in our lives, the one who is needy, and I hope that we are all, at some point in our lives, the one who can give. So keep that in your thoughts as we study the portion of Devarim, of the chapter today. Again, that's from 15, but the whole section from 12 onward, this Shabbat from Parashat Re'eh. It is a wonderful portion to study as we near the move, as we're moving our weeks towards the High Holy Days also. We're getting towards that period of time. And it's a wonderful, valuable lesson for us to have. So keep it in mind, page 39a, we will rise together as a community in prayer. Prayer can be very individual, but of course it is communally based as well. We have that same piece that we have in the Torah as we have alone in our prayer today. So page 39a. Yai da 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 da, yai da 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 da, yai da 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 da, yai da 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 da, yai da 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 da, yai da 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 da. Baruch hu et Adonai hamevorach. Baruch Adonai hamevorach, hamevorach leolam va'ed. Hamevorach, hamevorach leolam va'ed. You may be seated. We read together the bottom of page 39a, our bracha, our blessing of creation together. Baruch atah Adonai, our God, sovereign of time and space, whose word brings the evening dusk, whose wisdom opens the gates of dawn, whose understanding changes the day's division, whose will sets the succession of seasons and arranges the stars in their places in the sky, who creates day and night, who rolls light before darkness and darkness from light, who makes day pass into night, who distinguishes day from night. Adonai Tzivaot is your name, living and ever-present God. May your rule be with us forever and ever. Baruch atah Adonai, who brings each evening's dusk. Who mavir yom umevi laila, umavdil ben yom uben laila, Adonai Tzivaot shemo. El chai v'kayam tamid yimloch aleinu le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai ha'ma'ariv aravim. We turn over to page 40 as we join together. Ahavat olam beit Yisrael, Amcha Torah u'mitzvot chukim u'mishpatim otanu limadeta al kein Adonai Eloheinu v'shochveinu u'v'kumeinu nasiach b'chukecha v'nismach b'divrei Toratecha ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד. כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו, ואורך ימינו, ובהם נהגה יומם ולילה, יומם ולילה. ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים, ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל. Page 41. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kol Malchuto Le'olam Vaed. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. Page 41 in the English. You shall love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all that is yours. These words that I command you this day shall be taken to heart. Teach them again and again to your children. Speak of them when you sit in your home, when you walk on your way, when you lie down, and when you rise up. Bind them as a sign upon your hand and as a symbol above your eyes. Inscribe them upon the doorposts of your home and on your gates. We turn over to page 44, Umalchuto B'Ratzon, leading up to our words Michamocha that we sang as we crossed the Red Sea. We join together 44. Umalchuto B'Ratzon kiblu aleihem Moshe u'Miriam u'vnei Yisrael lecha'anu shira v'simcha rabba v'yamru chulam mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh nohora tehilot osefele Malchutecha ra'uvanecha bokeh hayam lifnei Moshe ze'elianu v'yamru Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed v'ne'emar ki fada Adonai et Yaakov u'ge'alo miyad chazak mimenu Baruch atah Adonai Gal Yisrael. Page 45, you'll find Hashkivenu, our prayer that asks for a sense of shalom as we end our day and begin a new one. And I love the motif. Ed, you'll appreciate this. It talks about a sukkot shlomecha, a canopy of peace, right? A sukkah of peace. The image of the sukkah, we've been talking about it actually in-house here, but we certainly are looking towards the high holidays. And towards the end of the high holidays, we have the holiday of Sukkot, where that motif comes to fore. But it's here every night, actually, in our liturgy as we think about the Sukkot Shalom, a sukkah of peace, if you will, booth, a canopy of peace. So let's join together in the selection on page 45, the translation in the English together. Allow us, Adonai, our God, to sleep peacefully. Awaken us to life, O Sovereign. Spread over us your canopy of peace. Restore us with your good counsel, and save us for the sake of your name. Shield us. Remove from us enemies, pestilence, sword, starvation, and sorrow. Remove the evil forces that surround us. Shelter us in the shadow of your wings, for you, God, watch over and deliver us. And you, God, are sovereign, merciful, and compassionate. Ensure our going and coming for life and peace, now and forever. May you spread over us your canopy of peace. Baruch atah Adonai, who spreads the canopy of peace over us, over all the people Israel, and over Jerusalem. May we join page 45 by the arrow. Ushmor tzeitenu uvoenu lechayim u'leshalom yatav yad olam ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha baruch atah Adonai haporei sukat shalom aleinu v'al kol amo Yisrael v'al Yerushalayim. Page 46, you'll find this Vishamru. I'll ask if you're able to rise as we join together the paragraph from Exodus, reminding us of our connection to God through Shabbat, the observance of Shabbat. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat, לדורותם ברית עולם, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. We remain standing for Chatzi Kaddish, middle of 46. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, ויעמד יברח גדותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בגלה בגלה ובזמן קריב אמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם עולם מעלמיה יתברך, יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמי דקודשה בריחו לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דמירן בעלמא v'meru amen. You'll find the silent Amidah this evening beginning on page 47, continuing through page 52. As always, feel free to use this time for your own personal thoughts and meditations to add to the words on the page. When you're through, you're welcome to be seated. Page 47 and following. bottom of 52. Ose shalom bimromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen. Ose shalom bimromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen. Ose shalom bimromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen. Ose shalom bimromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen. You'll find Kaddish Shalem on page 54. Yitgadal v'yikadashem me rabba ve'alma divra kirute ve'yamlich malchute v'chaye chonav v'mechan uv'chaye lecho ve'Yisrael ba'agala ubizman kari ve'imeru amen. Yehesh me rabba mevorach le'olam alal me'almaya yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpar v'yitmam yinaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei kudesha b'richu le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran b'yama v'imeru amen. Titkal bal tzoloton ua uton d'chol Yisrael kodam avuhon v'shamaya v'imeru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleni v'yal kol Yisrael v'imeru amen. Ose shalom bimromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Ya'aseh shalom shalom aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael ya'aseh shalom shalom aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'yal kol yoshvei tevel ve'imeru amen. If you'll kindly turn towards the back of your Siddur on page 173. As always, I always say add your own personal thoughts and meditations to the words on the page. This is one way we do that on Friday night, is by adding our Mishaberach, our prayer for those who are ill, those in need of spiritual, emotional, physical healing, certainly healing for our wider world as well. And I certainly have our names here on my list. We'll go around and add those that you may have in your thoughts as we prepare to sing our Mishaberach, our prayer for healing. Tonight we keep in our thoughts Hanan HaKohen ben Sima, Michal bat Devora, Shulamit bat Gittel, Yitzchak ben Gittel, Meir ben Shaul, Yisraela bat Zipporah, Devora bat Avraham Vasara, Elizabeth Alfieri, Victor Alfieri, Alan Berghauser, Bonnie Carlton, Natalie Kogan, Megan Contigno, Michelle Kramer, Emily Duckworth, Barbara Feingold, Bruce Fine, Gittel Glasser, Suzanne Gott, Cameron Graziosi, Francis Haber, Nadine Hyman, Harold Huber, Peter Jacobson, Michael Kraus, Hannah Lippman, Rivka Markowitz, Billy Morstein, Marjorie Morstein, Susan Aller, Jana Prince, Bernie Rowe, Devorah Rubenstein, Genevieve Sanders, Harriet Siegel, Veronica Taggart, Wendy Morstein-Tilley, Jerry Vittner, Esther Wiener, Mary Beth White, and any names we add at this moment. Keep all of them in our thoughts and turn to, as we again look to page 173 as we join together. Mi shebeirach avoteinu Mikor habaracha le'imotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misheberach imotenu, Mikor abaracha la'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. Refuah shlema to all who are in need. We turn back in our Siddur to page 56. I'd like to invite Ben, if you'll come forward to help with the ark as you return back from Camp Ramah, second session, and get ready for the school year. Where is she? Where's the other one? Oh, okay. I was going to say the birthday girl, if she's awake. If not, Alice, if you'll come up, please. Yes, you are. Come on up. You just came back from Camp Ramah, too. You had Camp Yofi this past week. You finished the summer for us at Ramah and our conservative movement camp, if you're not familiar with what it is. Page 56, we rise as we open the Aron HaKodesh and join together. Aleinu l'shabeach l'Adon HaKol l'teit gedula l'yotzer breshit shelo asanu k'goyei haratzot v'lo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama shelo sam chelkeinu kahem v'gohor aleinu kechol hamonam v'anachnu korim umishtachavim umodim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu Shehu Notei Shamayim v'Yoser Haaretz U'moshav Yikaro b'Shamayim Mima'al U'shchinatu zo b'gavhei meromim Hu Eloheinu ein od Emet Malkeinu efes ulato Kakatuv b'torato v'yadata hayom v'hashevota el levavecha ki Adonai hu ha'Elohim b'shamayim mima'al v'ha'aretz mitachat einod Ki ha'malchut shelcha hi omeatim loch bechavod kakatuv b'toratecha Adonai loch leolam va'ed v'nemar v'haya Adonai L'melech al kol ha'aretz v'yom hahu yiyeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad u'shemo are welcome to be seated. Want a little something? Nothing? At all? Bummers. All right, there you go. You can have one. Well, the sweetness is there anyway. Ben, welcoming you back. So we're glad you're here. So we turn over to, as we always do, to page 58. There you will find Kaddish, the Mourner's Kaddish, Kaddish Hatom. And as we recite Mourner's Kaddish this evening, make sure I have my list correctly, we keep in our thoughts those whose yortzites occur today and in the week that is coming, including Joseph Congress, Matthew Brand, Julia Siegel, Rebecca Siegel, William Waugh, Albert Rosenblum, Estelle Lurie, Sam Lefkowitz, Stanley Adams, Mary Sherman, Semi Paul, Lisa Lewis, Sarah Lee Sunshine, Mac Rosenthal, William Glickman, David Scher, Elsie Nemero, Isidore Horowitz, Jack Emerson, Miriam Zaglin, Pauline Schinberg, Fanny Goldstein, Harry Orman, Leonard Pink, and Samuel Gaffer. Those reciting Kaddish Hatom, again, the Mourner's Kaddish, you'll find it on page 58. Yit Gadal v'yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah, B'alma divrach hirute v'yamlich malchute, B'chayechon uvyomechon uvchaye dechol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala ubizman kariv v'imru Amen. Yehi Shmei Rabbah Mevarach Leolam Elomei Olmaya, Yit Barach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal Shemei dekudisha b'richu, Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran v'alma v'imru Amen. Yehi Shlama Rabba min Shemaya, V'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen. Oseh shalom b'romav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen. You are welcome to be seated if you're no one here, but if you happen to be in La La Land out there, you're welcome to be seated. Some announcements. Do you want to do for Erica, your buddy? Do you want to be Bima buddy? Yeah, because I think she's. You guys flip sometimes, so we'll let you take for her right now. Well, that's. Oh, okay, good. He'll fill me in if it's anything important I should know about.
No.
Okay, good. Okay.
All right, good Shabbos, everybody. I'm Erica. Rosh Hashanah is almost a month away. You should have received an email with information for the season, including the service program calendar as well as registration links. Please register to attend services and take note of the details and links for the Yisker Memorial Book. You can still make donations to the annual High Holiday Tzedakah Appeal. Celebrate someone special, gift in Aliyah or in memory or celebration of loved ones. Don't forget, even if you're a member, sign up online. We need to know the numbers.
Please know you're coming, yes.
Yeah, that you're coming, right. Don't sign up if you're not coming.
We hope you're coming, so everybody should
All
sign up.
right,
Very good.
okay. All right, on August 9th, the religious school teacher in service, 8:16, first day of religious school registration. August 23rd, tefillah talk with Rabbi Cohen, and it is 10:45 to 11:45. On same day, August 23rd, blood drive at CBI. Go online and register, please. We don't need the blood. The blood bank needs the blood. So please, please. And if you have a friend or relative that wants to come, sign them up too. August 28th, Shabbat Bye-Bye Summer and Board Installation Brisket Barbecue. You must register because we've got to have a good count for that one. What'd you say?
Good question. Is there a discount for vegetarians? We'll have to look into that one.
I'll get back to you on that. Okay. On August 30th is again tefillah talk with Rabbi Cohen. On August 30th, Sunday, the CBI Sisterhood Flowers Mahjong Tournament. You can sign up online if you want to play, if you can help. We need lots of help on Sunday. So please look at your bulletin and respond.
And it will not be here this year.
No, it's not here. It's at the fire station, Boiling Springs Fire Station. What? I don't know which fire station, but it's off of Pelham Road. It's just right off of Pelham Road. Yeah, it will be. Don't have to worry about it. That was bad, but okay. Torah study. Okay, there's no Torah translation with Fred this week. Torah study with Fred meets on Zoom Tuesdays at 5:30 on August 23rd. Oh, we already said that.
Yeah. We're starting to be able to talk on it. August 23rd.
Okay. Lara Newman had a birthday this week on Monday.
No, just yesterday. Yesterday. Her birthday was yesterday.
Oh, on Thursday. That's right, because we celebrated Carmen's, which really wasn't then. It was on the 30th, but on Wednesday.
Right.
Today is Natalie Cogan's birthday. On the 9th, Nancy Phelps. Oh, 8:10, Susie Rakus. Oh, and 8:11, Libby Holtzman. 8:11, Carol Weinstock. And 8:11, also Barry Zander. She's out of town, but you can leave her a message. Or tell her later. 8:14 is Lindsay Holtzman. It's your anniversary? Not today. On 8:14.
I didn't see that got on the list.
Oh, it did.
Okay.
Well, we'll worry about that later.
Around 15 years. I've survived. Well, he survived. I don't know which one of us survived.
Your kids survived.
Our kids have survived. Yes, they did. We've survived with the kids. How about that? Yeah, so there's lots going on. Please just make sure you see your weekly, there's more obviously going on, lots of things happening. Blood drive is important. Please make sure you know that. Tefillah Talk will start at 8:23. That's really what that was about. At 10:45, we'll get school started, not this week, but next Sunday, and then that'll start on the 23rd, and we're going to miss a lot of Sundays of education because of the holidays. You'll come here for your education during the service. How about that? But we will sneak a few things in before. Slichot is coming up, you'll see. Regarding the high holiday email, you may have gotten it in your box just before. It may come right as Shabbat was about to begin, as we were starting the service. More likely may end up on Sunday morning because we were having some glitchy problems with the links and stuff, so we want to make sure that was all correct. And in terms of the Yisker Memorial Book, as a benefit, as something for our members in particular, where we make sure all of our member names are in there for memory purposes, that will go out separately. So just know that those things are coming. So if you go, I went home and I didn't see any emails, you'll know you're not left out. You just, they didn't go out yet today because of the glitches we were having. So let's celebrate something fun. Oh, for her thing? Well, are we going to wake her up back there? All right, well.
Wake up, sleepyhead.
Here you go. Here, give that. No, oh,
she's allergic to milk.
That's right. I forgot. I'll give you the other one. I have the other one. Can we sing Happy Birthday to you? Ready? Yom Huladet Sameach, Yom Huladet Sameach, Yom Huladet Sameach, Yom Huladet Sameach. Can we do this one?
Yes.
Thank you. I meant to grab that because I knew the milk thing was the issue. He took some Benadryl. Yes.
Just to add some factual potency to the blood drive.
Yes.
I heard from South Carolina Public Radio less than a week ago that the state's blood supplies are severely low. And so
Thank you.
one contribution can actually save lives. So they're really depleted in the state. So it's not just let's
It's not just it's a nice thing to do.
add and add, but
Right.
it's actually a very low.
Okay, so thank you for hearing that and passing it along because that way I'll make sure tomorrow morning we'll announce that also. We're going to head back in just a second for our usual oneg and Yom Huladet Sameach. Thank you, Wendy. I'm sorry you had a reaction or whatever and fell asleep with the Benadryl, but we're glad you're here because not everybody comes to Shul on their birthday. So we get to say, well, there you go. We get to say happy birthday to you and welcome back from Ramah from all of you guys. Welcome back from the summer camps and things that are going on. And we are gearing up for this school year with everything that follows. So pay attention to what's going on in your emails. And with that, we will head in the back after a little bit of bim bam bim 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 bam bim 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 bam bim bam bim bam bim bam bim 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 bam bim 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 bam. Shabbat shalom, hey Shabbat shalom, hey Shabbat 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 shalom. Shabbat shalom, hey Shabbat shalom, hey Shabbat 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 shalom. Shabbat 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 shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom, Shabbat shalom, hey Shabbat shalom, hey Shabbat 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 shalom. Shabbat shalom to everybody.
I understand that.